Have you ever noticed how a person's personality is often reflected in his or her means of transportation? Maybe it's sporty and flashy, maybe it's plain and utilitarian, maybe it's loaded up with personal bumper stickers or big shiny wheels. Maybe it's even a motorcycle with a lot of artwork. Well, Rob Wiles recently went to Lascassas to meet an artist who helps his customers make a personal statement wherever they travel.
If I won the lottery, I'd probably do this for nothing because I truly enjoy it. You've got to have the love for it to do it.
When George Williams is at work, things are pretty quiet. The whisper of the airbrush as he creates his works of art, that's about all you hear, which is pretty unusual because George likes to talk about his work and his art. And George has a lot to talk about. He and his wife Pam run their company Visual Edge, and he's known around the nation as one of the go-to guys if you want to make your motorcycle into a rolling work of art.
I think it's probably the only thing they can put on that motorcycle that nobody else can have. It truly personalizes it. They can change their exhaust pipes, they can change their wheels, but somebody can have exactly the same set. And I tell them I have enough trouble making two sides alike, let alone two bikes alike. We just did a $50,000 unit for a fellow that had all Southwestern art with the Indians, the feathers, the Indian chiefs, things like that. We've done them as a military themes, skull themes. You know, it just portrays part of their personality that they like. And we've done a lot of pets on motorcycles. We did a parrot on the fairing of a motorcycle, a full dress motorcycle. They brought professional pictures of their macaw. Oh, well, it wasn't a macaw, it was some kind of parrot, I can't tell you. Yeah. But we've done a parrot on a Corvette. So people, you know, it's just, and some deceased pet. We had a fellow from Australia, we did his dog that he'd been a bus driver all his life for tour buses, had his dog with him. His dog had passed away, and I don't know how long he'd had a dog, but we put the dog's picture on either side with the name of it, so forth. So it's really a personalization that they're looking for. It's not so much a customization for the masses as it is a personalization for them, probably.
George has a special place in his heart for some of his customers because with these special customers, he shares not only a love of art, but also a memory of hard times in harm's way.
A large percentage of our work is geared toward the POW, the veteran image. We did a Vietnam Veterans tribute Corvette, a miniature Corvette, that's actually on permanent display in front of the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky. A lot of bikers are veterans, first of all, and of course that was the dominant part of our business for so long. So that parlayed into a lot of eagles, a lot of flags, a lot of POW emblems. And of course now with a lot of the returning veterans, they do the same thing as the Vietnam veteran did. You know, they wanted to note that they served, you know, in a particular area. We do a lot of unit patches and some metal reproductions. It's their tribute to themselves. You know, it's that pride that they have that they want everybody to know. And it actually, if you stop and think about it, it's personalized. It's actually something personal for them. It's not just a hat or a flag or whatever. It's something somebody did for them.
George knows how the vets feel. He is one, served his hitch in country in the Vietnam War and not toting an airbrush either. He went through all that and returned to the world a changed man.
First of all, it gave me my priorities. And it showed me that these things are just materialistic. They're just a thing. They can be changed. They're not, for example, life and death. And anybody who was there, regardless of their job, I think it had to change them in some way or shape them in some way or show them something. It gave me a found appreciation for a lot of things. It also showed me that certain things are a blessing and you don't abuse those blessings and you use your talents that you're given, and all of us have got talents in certain ways.
George has faced other challenges to making use of his talents.
I lost my eye through an eye disease about 20 years ago. I have the same disease in the other eye, but fortunately this particular disease, after you reach a certain age, does not manifest itself, and I've passed that age quite, apparently it's not going to manifest itself. I lost it gradually, which was thankful I was able to compensate for it. I do have to do a few things a little bit different because I don't have any depth of perception. But it's just the way I do it, and really, to be honest, I've never paid any attention to it. I don't believe in, as again, we're given gifts and we're given to work with what we've got, and I'm not a big fan of people just laying down and because they can't do something, because there's nothing anybody. I've seen a lot of people do a lot more than I do in a lot worse shape, and you know, I don't. That's not a factor that really bothered me. I tell people I can do this with one eye closed. It doesn't bother me a bit.
You know, when you meet George, you get the feeling that nothing bothers him too much. You get the feeling of meeting a man happy with himself and his work, neither of which he takes too seriously.
One of our greatest triumphs was a restored manure spreader. So, I mean, we actually sort of run the gamut.
A gamut bordered by beauty and color, and inspiration and fun, created by George Williams of Lascassas.